Okay. What's good, y'all? Shout out to Notification Game for hitting the like button. The video didn't start yet, y'all, the villains ones, and I appreciate you anyway. Men only want hot, young, 20-year-old women. Fellas, is that true? Y'all only want hot, young, 20-year-old women? Man, listen, and I say this all the time, fellas. First of all, if you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe. Add me, follow me on whatever social media platforms, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all that information is in my about page. Shout out to y'all. I had somebody send this to me through TikTok. Anyway, I say this all the time, fellas. The wall is undefeated. The wall clearly done hit this woman and passed her up and kept going. But the reason why she needed them damn eyelashes and all that damn thick ass makeup on her face. Listen, I don't see anything wrong with a man only quote unquote wanting hot, young, 20-year-old women. That's a grown ass man. He likes what he likes, he wants what he wants. It is what it is. Keep it moving. I don't understand what's the problem. Y'all wasn't saying the same thing about Larsa Pippen when she was dating Michael Jordan's son. Hey, that boy was like 22 years old, 24 years old, and Larsa Pippen like in her 50s. Y'all wasn't saying nothing about that. Y'all was congratulating her. Yeah, girl, get it, girl, get it. Fellas, men, we are not allowed to have dating standards. I say this all the time when it comes to women. We cannot have any shape or form of dating standards. We cannot. But let's keep going. Let's get into this. I got to hear what she got to say.
Okay, so if men only want to date 20-year-old women, then who is my son going to date? Because my son is going to get into that age range eventually. And if every single man in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s plus whatever is dating 20-year-old women, who is my son going to date? Like, clearly he's going to be young, so he can't really go any younger because that obviously would be illegal. But what is this obsession of wanting to date 20-year-old women? Like, you guys are ruining it from the 20-year-old guys. And every single time I run across a 20-year-old guy and some older man is talking about they want to date 20-year-old women, I try to tell him, yo, this older man sees you as competition for the type of woman that he wants to date. That's why he's trying to ruin it for you. Or he's just keeping you around so he can have access to more 20-year-old women. And that's pretty much it. Like, they're grooming y'all too, you 20-year-old dudes too, so you can end up just like them. And why didn't these grown men, when they were in their 20s, date 20-year-old women? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, what were y'all doing back then?
Wow, okay. I don't even know what to say right now. How old is her son? That's the first question that just popped in my head. How old is her son? Um, I'm fearing for her son also too, because I'm thinking like, damn, this is your mom. This is what she's raising you to say and to believe. What does that have to do with? These are the women that's raising these boys, man. These young men. These are the baby mamas, the single women that's raising these boys. That's why I say all the damn time, like especially like my homegirls that has boys. Yo, let the boy go with his dad. She's gonna raise her son to be this emotional ass wreck that no 20, 30, 40, 50-year-old woman is going to want, ma'am. That's what's going to happen to your son. Oh, it's going to be 50-year-old men competing with him because this, that, third, but it's the dating world. It's a competition regardless. There's going to be other 20-year-old men that's making millions of goddamn dollars he's going to have to compete with. I don't think that's fair either, but hey, that's the world, and that's the way of the world. That's the way of the world. It is what it is. Seriously, it is what it is. So now what? Now what? What are you gonna do after that? Now what? What happens? What happens now? I'm really confused, y'all. And then this is two parts. That's the that's the crazy thing, man. Because I'm looking like, yeah. So let me read this. Girl, there is so many women in this world. Plus, like, let your son decide that when he's of age. So is he not of age? How old is her son? Bro, I am so confused. I don't even know what to say. Let me listen to this. Hopefully this breaks it down.
Okay, so a lot of y'all are hyper focusing in the comments on the fact that I said my son, which is mostly the women. So I want to make something clear. It's not just my son. There's a problem that I noticed with a lot of the guys that I've talked to, that they said when they were in high school, it would be these grown men that would come to the high school and pick up the girls from the school. And I even saw a TikTok of this man saying that there's plenty of R. Kellys in our community who go to these areas and pick up these girls. So I know that I said,
okay, so now she's moving the goalposts. Before the whole point of this video was you saying men only want hot 20-year-olds. What 20-year-old is in high school? Now you're trying to move the goalposts. I do not understand what is going on.
My son specifically, but that was just something that came to mind. But what I really should have said was that age group and that generation of young 20-year-old guys, because you have generations of guys now who are in their 30s and older who say, yeah, these old men would come, but instead of stopping the cycle and dating in their age range or trying to date women their age, they don't stop the cycle. They just keep repeating the same cycle of the previous generations of men. Okay, so if men only...
Okay, I'm done. I'm confused as hell. From what I gathered, ladies and gentlemen, from what I gathered is she can't find a man. She's struggling to find a man because she's competing with younger, more attractive women. That's what I'm gathering. That's dead ass what I'm gathering. I am so confused right now, yo. I don't understand what is happening. Oh, I use my son as an example because of this answer. My question still remains: how old is her son? Then she said, "Oh, my son wasn't a part of it." I was just saying, you based your whole first video off of your son having to compete with older men in the dating world. Is this really about your son? Is this really about other men, or is this about you cannot compete with these 20-year-old women that's more attractive and more feminine and slimmer than you are? Which is it? Because if you ask me, I honestly think it's because you cannot compete with these 20-year-olds. Something my grandma told my auntie years ago. I was in elementary when she said this, and I did not understand it back then, but now I do. My grandma told my auntie that there's some 18-year-old cootie cat being born every single day. How are you going to compete with that? You cannot. You can't. Just like there's another rich dude being born every day. There's another dude making $100,000 being born every goddamn day. I can't compete with that. I can only do what I got to do on my end and keep it moving. That's all I can do. That's all I will do, honestly, but that's all I can do. So where do we go from here, ma'am? It sounds like even the comments like, girl, just let your son decide that. Like, it's like, what are you talking about? You that much invested in your son's dating criteria, age? Why you care so much? They ain't got nothing to do with you. Let your son do his damn thing. She competing with other 20-year-olds and she mad about it. That's what it is. The man that she want left her for a 20-year-old. That's what happened. I'm done, man. I want y'all to comment down below. Let me know what you thought about this video, man. Thanks for watching. And until next time, please, man, you ever step for her,